Dear students, now we'll look at the poem Popular Field by William Cowper. William Cowper was considered one of the most popular poets of his time, who contributed to 18th century English poetry in a prominent way by writing about everyday life events and England's countryside. The Popular Field has held its place as one of Cowper's best known poems. It was first published in January 1785 in the reputable and widely read pages of the Gentleman's Magazine. In the beginning, we'll look at the poem. The popular field. The populace are felt, farewell to shades, and the whispering sound of cool colonnade. The winds play no longer and sing in the leaves, nor oaths on his bosom their image receives. 12 years have elapsed since I first took a view of my favorite field and the bank where they grew. And now the grass, behold, they are laid, and the tree is my seat that once lent me a shade. The blackbird has fled to another retreat where the hazel afford him a screen from the heat, and the scene where his melody charmed me before resounds with his sweet flowing ditty no more. My fugitive years are all hasting away, and I must ere long lie as lowly as thy, with the turf on my breast and stone at my head, ere another such grove shall arise in its stead. 'Tis a sight to engage me, if anything can, to muse on the perishing pleasures of man. Though his life be a dream, his enjoyments, I see, have a being less durable than he. So this poem, Popular Field, is about popular trees. Poplars are cut down, they are no more standing on bank of the river. 12 years have passed till the speaker has not visited his favorite field. Now he is standing on the bank of the river, recollecting the past scenario where he listened to blackbird's song. He is old now, days are running quickly, and have to die and lie on the grave covered by small tree. When the tree become mature, people cut down them again. He thinks that human life is momentary and enjoyments are less durable. This poem is about poet's affiliation towards nature in rural life, which is remarkable for his celebration of rural and nostalgic tone. He strongly rejects the sinful deeds to natural resources, especially the popular trees. Poem acts as defense of nature conservation. The chopping down of tree is compared to a man's life and death. This poem is very contemporary to the present world. We have deforestation everywhere. We can observe so many changes around the globe. Everything we do here for our comforts, but poet says that human enjoyments are shorter than short human life. The poem is also a satire to the present human civilization that has become the curse for protection of natural resources. Poem Popular Field starts with a description of a forest and the changes that have come after trees are cut down. With the trees, all the attractions of the place have gone. Poet has visited the bank of the river Ouse after 12 years, where once he used to sit under the shadow of beautiful trees. In the first stanza, poet says the poplars are felled, farewell to shades, which means poplars that used to grow along the side of the river Ouse have been cut down. Now, the cool colonnade does not give fresh air and leaves do not produce any whispering sound. He could see no reflective images of popular field on the river. He neither sees the reflections of the tree in the river water nor the wind playing with the leaves of the trees. He recalls that it was his favorite place to stay, which provided him shades, but now he regrets that they are laid down on the ground. Second stanza is combination of past and present at the same time to compare the time before and after 12 years. Now the poet was sitting on them and recollecting the happy moments he spent under popular shade. Once it used to give him shadow, shelter, but now they are lying on the ground, they are dead. Poet says 12 years have passed since he took a view of his favorite field and the bank where they grew. It suggests that deforestation had happened before 11 years, now it has transformed into a barren land. The trees are not there to perform their task, that is to maintain balance in the ecosystem. They are sleeping on the ground. In the third stanza, Copper gives an example of bad result of deforestation. The blackbird, which used to stay in the popular tree, has fled to another area. It had lost shelter, which used to make the environment melodious by their songs. It suggests the loss of creature in jungle. Now he missed everything in his 12 years' time. Blackbird went to a place where the hazel gives shadow to protect from sun's heat. The shadow provided by hazel tree is less effective than poplar tree. When the bird was in poplar tree, it used to sing melodious ditty and speaker enjoyed by its magical voice. But he does not know whether blackbird survives there or not, because it cannot get the same happiness as in the poplar tree. In the fourth stanza, he says, "My fugitive years are all hasting away." Here he realizes that one day he must die and lie as the trunk of poplars. His breast should cover with turf and his head should cover with a stone before another grove stand up in its place. Finally, in the last stanza, the poet laments and regrets about the temporary pleasures of human being, like of the poplar trees in the bank of the river Ouse. The poet's point is to highlight the short human life which cultivates the pleasure-seeking tendency by becoming selfish towards nature. It is also philosophical because it reminds us that our life is temporary and the happiness is less durable than human life. The intention of the poet is to highlight the short human life which cultivates the pleasure-seeking tendency by becoming selfish towards nature. He reminds us that we have to understand that one day we must die, so that we should not be selfish. To conclude this poem, poet's intention is that trees should not be cut down carelessly. They are important parts of ecosystem. Though we can plant trees, but they don't grow as fast as the trees are being cut down in the present time. He cannot see such a jungle being replanted and grown up before his death. The pleasure of man are not permanent or not long lasting. Rather, they are shorter than short human life. They finish before a man dies. To sum up, the poet means to say that he used to get maximum amount of pleasure from the poplar trees, but his pleasure has been grabbed away from him. Thank you.